Hey guys, what's up and welcome. I'm Matthew, the hybrid, the designer and developer. This is a series of videos on Shadcn UI. In this video, we are going to create a dark mode. What is a dark mode? Let me just show you in a project that I am busy with. Okay, this is light and dark mode. Obviously, this is light mode and this is dark mode. So this is what we are going to create using Shadcn UI. Okay. Let's see. I'm Matthew Singati. If you might want to contact me and ask me something, you can go to my website and give me your name and email and ask me anything. Okay. In the previous video, we ended here. Okay, we have just created a simple Next.js application and we've just put hello world. Okay, so let's go to the documentation. This is our Shadcn documentation and this is where we are on the dark mode. Okay, so we want to put a dark mode for Next.js, so we have clicked there and this is all the instruction. Okay, these are all the instruction for using the dark mode. Okay, now what I want to do, okay, this is okay, this is where we are, this is our application. So what I'm going to do, I am going to look for some sort of an HTML, okay, that we are going to use. Okay, the reason why I'm not going to use a blank page, in the internet these days or on YouTube, when you are being taught concept, usually we use cats and dogs as example, or cars and houses. Okay, when you get into real life, it's hard for you as a student or as a beginner to relate what you've been taught into the problem, because in the real world problem you don't solve the cats and dog problems, boys and girls, you deal with the actual e-commerce. So items, classes, it's needed. There's a lot of things, payment, so these are real life things. So in this case, I'm not just going to use this. Okay, I have looked for a landing page, something that is realistic, so that we can create a dark theme for a landing page. So I have searched on GitHub. Okay, you can just visit this URL. This is what you are going to see. This is a GitHub project and it's for free. It's by these guys. I don't know who they are, and maybe here's the name. I don't know who they are and what they do. I've just looked for something that is free and then I will copy and paste and then we take it from there. And I'm not going to copy everything. I'm just going to copy a certain portion of the code. Please note that the code is not mine. I will just use it for educational purposes. By the way, this is a free template. Okay, they are offering it for free. So at least we are not taking somebody's work without paying them. Okay, so what you can do, you can just visit this website, and also I'm going to put this website on the description. Okay, once we get here, we don't want everything. We only want a certain piece of code that we are going to work with, a certain piece of HTML. So the first attempt will be come here and look on components. These are the components. And then let's look for the components. Let's look for a hero. Okay, I hope it's going to give me the code. I hope I can copy. Copy. Okay, that's good. Okay, so let's look for this hero. Okay, then what we're going to do, we are going to copy as it is. Let's see what can we do here. Okay, copy raw file. I hope this has copied everything. So what we're going to do, we're going to copy this and paste it in our own HTML. And we are going to modify it in such a way that we delete what we don't want. Okay. Let's go to our code. Okay, as you can see, this is our code. So let's just replace this, click save. Okay, obviously we are going to see some red lines there. Okay, we are going to see some red lines there. Okay, this guy was using a container. Okay, now we are not going to use a container. So let me copy this, only this word container, and remove this. We are not going to use a container. Obviously, as you can see, we are supposed to have this container. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to paste this container here and replace it with a normal div. Okay. Okay, and save. So meaning that now I don't have a container. Okay. And what else? There is an image that he is using. Okay. He's using an image. We don't want to use an image. Okay. Okay, I can remove this image thing, including this hero image thing. Okay, let me just copy this. Let me just copy this image and delete everything here. So I'm removing everything that has got something to do with image. Okay, let me search for image tag here. Okay, as you can see, here it is. It has got squiggly line. So let me also remove it with its own container. Okay, which is this one. Okay, I think I might as well as remove it with this one. Okay. Okay. Do we have any red thing? Not at the moment. So we have removed everything that we think we don't need. As you can see, there are no red lines and everything. So let's just go to our code and see. Okay. The other advantage of CSS is that, sorry, Tailwind CSS. Okay. With the usual, what can I say, normal CSS, HTML, and JavaScript, the thing is you've got the HTML, okay, and you've got a CSS as an external file in most cases where you linked it, okay, where you link it, okay. But now with CSS, then it's some sort of a new paradigm, okay. You do everything in one page, meaning that I can put an HTML markup here and style this button in the same page. That comes with an advantage or some sort of the biggest advantage, just like here, we've just copied this code. We don't really have to look for a CSS file and link things because Tailwind CSS utility classes are already embedded here. So that's the advantage. So let's go to our page. As you can see, this is the page. Okay. Let's go and check. Where is this GitHub? Where is GitHub? Did I close that page? Okay, yeah, here is GitHub. Let me go back. Okay, let me go down, go back. Okay, as you can see, here is the page, okay, with all the icon, but we have removed the image, okay. What else do we want to do now? Let's go to our page, not this one, this one. The only thing that I want to do now, I just want to center this or to some sort of, what can I say, to some sort of center it so that it cannot be exactly here on this edge. That's the only thing that I'm going to do. So how am I going to do that? Okay, I am going to come here. Do you see this React fragment, which is, it's some sort of a parent. It holds everything here. Okay, so I'm going to convert it to a div as a parent, convert it to a div and give it a class name. Okay, a class name, and then what we want to do here, let's just put a padding of 48 and see, okay, what will be the difference. As you can see, we've got a very big padding here. Guys, we are done with some sort of, what can I say, this template. Okay, now let's get into the fun stuff. Okay, the fun stuff is, let's get into the dark mode. Okay, what Shadcn is telling us, first of all, install next theme. Okay, start by installing next theme. What we are going to do, we are just going to follow this documentation as it is, and I am going to explain things that are not in the documentation, or my own thoughts or my own suggestions and what you need to know. Most importantly, following the documentation is the first thing that you do. Okay, and then I will explain things, maybe things that are not explained in the documentation. So the first step will be to install next theme. Okay, how do you do that? You copy and paste this. Okay, and that is it. Go to our code. Okay, go to our code. Let's stop the server from running, and then let's paste that. Okay, So what we're doing, we're installing the next theme. Okay, let's just wait for that to finish. Meanwhile, it's busy. Let's go to the documentation. After we are done with the next theme, okay, you need to create a theme provider. Okay, now these are the things that obviously that is not the part of the documentation to explain it. Okay, now we need a theme provider. Let me just give you an idea of a theme provider. Okay, what can I do? What can I do? Can't I use a real life example? A real life example. Let me go to Tailwind CSS. Okay, let me go to Tailwind CSS. Okay, go to Tailwind CSS. Let me change the theme to dark. Okay, now do you see we are on a certain page? Okay, let's just visit another page, components. So it looks like we are on a different website at all. Let me just go back. Okay, let me just click here. Sorry for that. Okay, as you can see that we are navigating to different routes. Okay, the main domain is here, but these are different routes, some sort of different pages embedded here. Okay, so as you can see, as we go through different pages, this theme is still the same. So meaning that this page here, okay, let's say, let me make an example, this containers page, it's still aware of the theme. Okay, and also this uh, uh, break before, it's still aware of the theme. So as you can see, it looks like we have got a global variable here, okay, that is being passed to all the components. Okay, so in React, okay, when you want to have a global variable, you do that through a provider. Okay, so let's just go to the code. Okay, so we are done installing the theme. We'll come back to it. Okay, so here in the code, okay, this is how Next.js run. Okay, it first goes to the application. The first file that it executes is not really the index page, okay, as I might have said, and that worked for that point in time. Okay, it goes to the layout. Okay, so a layout, it's kinda like a mother structure. For instance, we've got this layout here. Okay, and then in this layout, pages are being pulled and they are being some sort of inserted in a certain place. For instance, if we come here to column, the pages column has been pulled and it's only injected in this area, okay, in the columns area, let's say in this area, the content area. But this bar remain the same, this left bar and this top bar remain the same. So we can treat this top bar, every part that remain the same, we can treat it as a layout. Okay, so this is a layout, so that means it doesn't change. So Next.js will come to the layout first because it won't change. Okay, then in the layout, everything will be done where I am layout. Okay, so everything that is not going to change, it will stay here on the layout, and everything that is a children, okay, it will be passed through props. Let me just check. Here is the children. Okay, it's being passed as a prop and it's being displayed here. Okay, so to illustrate this, let's just quickly create here on the layout. Okay, this is the body. I'm rendering it here. Okay, so on the layout, let's just create our own navbar where we will put the toggle button where you will click this night and dark. Okay, we're going to it in a bar. So let's just quickly create a navbar. Okay, let's just quickly create a navbar. Let's call it navbar. Okay, what we are going to do, we are going to set a tailwind. Okay, very basic. I think the width is supposed to be full. Okay, and the height, let's make it let me go with what can I say, with pixels. Okay, with a custom height, let me make it 90. Okay, 90, and then let me give a background of gray, a certain shade of gray. Okay, what else? The height I'm done, the width I'm done, and the color I'm done. Okay, so as you can see, this is some sort of something that will be always there. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Yes, this is what I want. Let me. Oh, okay. Okay, I have stopped my server. Sorry for that. This is supposed to say page not found because my server is not on. Okay, that means now we've got a layout here. Okay, something that doesn't change. Just for the sake of clarifying in depth, let's say right under this, before we close the body, this is a header, right? Let's make a footer. Okay, let's say this is going to be a footer. Okay, this is going to be a footer. Let's say it's navy. Do we have navy here? Let's say blue. Okay, okay, but a certain shade of blue. Let's make 700, a darker one. Okay, doesn't look that different. It's fine. Okay, so now let's go and run the project. Okay, go to the terminal. Okay, npm, sorry, npm run dev. Okay, enter. Okay, remember, I want to give you an idea of what this theme provider is doing. Okay, if we can follow this, believe me, we will reach this stage. Okay, we will reach this stage. That's what other YouTube tutorials are doing, but they don't break it down to you so that you can be able to some sort of manipulate this knowledge to solve problems. Okay, if I just follow this, it will mean that you are a follower. Okay, according to Jim Rohn, he said don't be a follower but be a student. A student takes what has been given, process it, and makes it his or her product of his conclusion. I'm all about that, hence I'm giving you everything. Okay, now let's go to refresh. Okay, suppose we have a header and a footer that will always be there irrespective of where we are in terms of the pages. Okay, this is our header. As you can see, this is our footer. This act as a template. So meaning that a template, a layout, okay, it's some sort of a global what can I say? It's some sort of a global HTML. Let's start from there, or an entry point, okay? Meaning that it's always available in the entire application, okay? If we can make, for just an example, let me say another page, okay? This is where we are, okay? In the app router, when you want to make another page, you just type another, and then inside there, you must have a page dot tsx, okay, and then from then rfce. Okay, good programming practice. Let's just make sure this is a capital letter P and a capital letter P, and then another page. Okay, this is another page. So that means now we are having another route. Okay, let's look at how the layout is going to stay there. Okay, it's not going to change. Now let's go to another route, which is another page. Okay, as you can see, we are in another. Here is another, but the nav bar and the footer remains the same because it's more like in the layout. Okay, the same concept which is happening here, even though here they've just styled things nicely. These are different pages, but it looks like they are aware of the theme because as you can see, they stick to the theme. If you change the theme here, as you can see, these also change. Okay, I hope you've got that one. Okay, let's go back to Shadcn. Okay, so this means then, okay, we need to create a component that is going to some sort of what can I say, publicized this variable, which is the variable that is responsible for the light and dark mode, so that it can be available in all the component. It's like we are sharing a state, if I can put it according to React's term. So now let's continue. I will explain in details what we do. Okay, create a theme component, which is component theme provider. They are just giving us an idea here that this is what you can do. Okay, So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this. Okay. In terms of the folder structure, okay, when it comes to component, I like to put UI component. Okay. Usually in terms of other things, okay, they are not inside. As you can see, this component is not inside app. Okay. So I'm going to create a folder which I'm going to call it providers. Okay. In the future, I might have different types of providers. The reason why I'm separating providers from component, I feel like the functionality there is not the same. Okay. Like providers, they are providing me with global states, but components, they are providing me with the user interface. So I'm just uh, doing some housekeeping here, making sure that things are placed where they belong. Okay, it's some sort of like sorting things nicely. Okay, so I've got a folder called providers, and in providers, I've got a specific provider that I will name Shadcn. Sure. So also stick to the good programming practices. Let's make it a capital letter, Shadcn provider. Okay, let's say .tsx. Okay, we will quickly evaluate this choice of the file extension according to the code. If the code wants us to stick to TSX, we will stick to it. But if it doesn't, then we won't stick to it. So let's see, is there any HTML thing here, tag or something? I don't think so. Okay, let's see what Shadcn is saying. Okay, they say it must be TSX. Okay, that's not a problem. But if there is no tag, oh, here are the tags. As you can see, this is there's an HTML. If there were no tags here, this was just plain JavaScript. We were going to type .ts only here. But as you can see, this is using client. That means there is some sort of little bit of HTML. Okay, that means we are done with that. Remember, we have created this provider, okay? But it doesn't mean that we have used it, okay? Remember, we said the layout is the first thing that Next.js will execute, and it will take all the children, receive the children via props as a variable, and it will shove the children inside. Okay, sorry, this is where it's receiving, okay? It's receiving as a prop here, okay, as a variable in the layout, and it will always shove those or inject those inside the layout. So it's like everything passes through the layout. It's like everything, it's a child of a layout, okay? The same thing that this layout is doing, a provider does the same thing, okay? A provider comes and say that if the layout is a grandparent, everything that comes to it, it's a children. Okay, the provider comes and say that I can play the same role too. Okay, if the layout is a grandparent, okay, I am going to be the parent. Okay, so that means I respect the grandparent, but I am the parent. Okay, I am the mother, and then there is my mother, which is the grandmother. So the layout is a grandmother, and the provider is trying to be the mother because it wants also to have children. Remember, the provider wants to pass a state that must be available in all of its children, in all of its pages. Let's put this into context. We've got a layout as the grandparent, and then the provider is coming to say that if you are a grandparent, okay, I have got some characteristics or some traits that I want to pass to the children. Which are the children? Here are the children, okay, and that trait, it's dark and light. Okay, so when somebody switches change to light, okay, these child needs to be aware of that. So in order for me to share that state, I need to be the parent. They must be under me. Okay. So this provider does that. Okay. If you can look at the patterns, okay, there are similar patterns here. This code is not structured in a way that I understand. Okay. So that we can see what is what. It's not structured the way I would like it to be. So let me just quickly do some, sorry, undo. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think now it's better. Okay. This is a function, okay? It receives as a parameter, okay, a children. This is the type of that parameter. What type of a children? Maybe let's just say it's a boy or a girl. It doesn't matter. This is just TypeScript, okay? So it receives it. And then once it receives it, once it consumes it, it will display it, okay? Inside, it will wrap it with a div and HTML, and it will display it there, okay? Let's look for the same pattern here on the Shadcn provider, okay? Where is the function first? Let's see. Okay, this is the function. The function is theme provider. It receives children. Okay, the type it's prop. Don't mind about this. And what it does, it wraps the children with a next theme. Okay, the one that we've installed, and it displays it. Okay, as you can see, it's like if you've watched the movie Inception. Okay, let's just have a small break here and start Inception, because I believe it, I feel like I'm loading too much. Okay, so let's just take a quick break. Inception, it's a movie about a dream inside a dream. Okay, it's like you dream and you dream again. It's like double dreams. Okay, okay, it's about dreams and reality. So it's about a dream inside a dream. I didn't mean to show some unnecessary advert, but I only wanted to click this picture. Okay, I think that's what comes with the internet. You want to do this and it takes you somewhere else. Let's go back to the code. Okay, so Inception is about a dream inside a dream. Okay, so now in this code, it's like there is the first layout. Okay, a grandparent with a child. Now the theme is coming to say that I am going to be a parent and I'm going to have a child. Okay, I'm going to have children. So it's like the children's inside the children, inside the children, inside the children. Okay, the point is the theme provider wants to provide some states, to share some states with their children. Okay, so it uses the same pattern as the layout. I hope that one is clear. Okay, so meaning that if our entrance is the layout, okay, if our entrance is a layout and every children are under the layout, we want right after that, we want to catch those children again. Okay, that's the first dream. Now we want to dream again, a dream inside the dream. We must catch those children using the provider so that we own them, so that the provider can share what? Can share some characteristics. I hope that is clear. Can share a state with it, and that state is the light and dark. Okay, so let's go back to the code and see what Shadcn is telling us to do. After we are done with the theme provider, now it's telling us wrap your root layout, add the theme provider to your root layout. Okay, app layout, go to this file and catch those children before they become naughty, so that you can give them the light and dark variable. Okay, so this is what you do. You just import your theme provider. You do exactly what the layout is doing. Before those children do anything, you catch them in this provider and you receive them as children. Where is that attribute default? What? Oh, okay. Remember, we don't do that here. Okay, we don't do that here. We do that here in this code. Okay, so let's just say you wrap those children and you some sort of put them inside the provider so that they can be able to catch what? The variable. So let's quickly do that. Okay, go to the layout. The first thing that we are going to do, we need what are we exporting here in this Shadcn provider? Let's just quickly check. Export function theme provider. This theme provider, I don't think this is the best name for it. Okay, because there might be multiple theme provider. Okay, since I've got a control, let me call this just like the same way I have labeled it, Shadcn provider. Okay, Shadcn theme provider. Well, obviously we've got the newbies on the internet. They are saying, no, I feel like Matthew, this is too long, why don't we just write a theme provider and whatever? Okay, as you advance in development, you start to get lost in your own code. So if you are careless in your variable name don't really mean something. you will go through up and down your code and take 5 days for something that you could have found in 2 seconds. Okay, so I am describing here for another developer and for myself that this is a Shadcn theme provider. Okay, theme provider. Descriptive enough. Save it and let's go to the layout. In the layout, let's import it. Okay, let's import it. Let's import. Let's see if we're going to, yeah, Shadcn theme provider from providers Shadcn. What we will do, we want to wrap the children. We want to catch them before they get naughty. We want to catch them. Okay, it's like we're wrapping this. We want to catch them so that we can feed them with a certain state, okay, which is the light and dark, meaning that whenever you press toggle between light and dark, every page will be aware of it, will receive that. Okay, let's just go back here. So now it's telling us that this theme provider comes with the props, and these are the props. Okay, these are the things that we have to copy and paste. Okay, these are the things that we have to copy and paste. And that is it. We have a dream inside a dream. It's much better now you understand what is going on, how Shadcn, what can I say, get into your code and try to manipulate things. Should you get stuck somewhere, you know what to do and you know where to go. Okay, we are done with that. Now, add a toggle button. Okay, add a toggle button. Meaning that let's just see we don't install it. Okay, that means we can please, okay, place a mode toggle suit to between the light and dark, what. Okay, let's just look at the code. Here is the code. Okay, okay, as you can see, this component, okay, this component, okay, this component uses another Shadcn component, which is a button. Okay, so when we create this component, do you know what it's going to do? It's going to ask us to install another component. Okay, let's quickly copy and paste this code. Okay, copy and paste this code. What we are going to do, instead of taking this code to our navigation bar, where is our navigation bar? Our navigation bar is on our layout. Okay, here is our navigation bar, the nav bar. Okay, also please be aware that this nav bar is here only for the sake of teaching. Okay, I don't want to take this component out and import it. Okay, I feel like I'm explaining complex things here, so I don't want to do a lot of things and a lot of modification. I might lose you. Okay, but professionally we were going to take this out of here. Okay, so what we want to do inside our nav bar, we want to display the 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 icon, okay, the day and night icon, let's just say. Okay, the light and dark theme toggler. Okay, so what we want to do, we have copied the code. Okay, another person will put it here as it is and fiddle with it here. This is not how I want to do it, because remember I said to you, this is all about creating our own library. Okay, that's what I want to drill into your mind. Okay, meaning that we're going to go to components, we're going to go to my component. This is not a math component, this is not a Matthew component, because it's some sort of my own version of the Shadcn component. So I'm going to create my own version, which is, I'm going to create here. Okay, what's the name of this? I've got Shadcn theme provider. I have got shared capital letter, good programming practice. I've got Shadcn theme toggler. Okay, theme toggle. Okay, this is going to be too long. Shadcn theme toggle, Shadcn toggle button. Okay, now let me just do away with Shadcn. Let me just say theme toggle button. Okay, you know the component is a button, you know what it does, and it does to what. Okay, it does it to theme, it toggles, it's a button. I'm happy with that. .tsx. Okay, obviously some people, these are the things that they don't care about. Well, somebody has the right to do whatever they want to do, but for me, I want next year when I'm coming back here and know exactly what this does without even asking somebody else. Okay, now we are here. Now what we want to do, let me paste this as it is, the code that we got from Shadcn. Okay, the only thing that I'm going to change. Okay, first let me solve the red line. Okay, import moon icon from at Redux UI. What is it? I cannot find the module Redux UI icon or its corresponding type. Okay, its corresponding type. Okay, let's say import component UI button. As for the button, I know I have to install it and also the drop down menu. Okay, let's just quickly do that first. Okay, go to the button and the toggle menu. Okay, let's just go here, install the button. Okay, this is the code. No, I want to install the button, the button. Where is the installation? Okay, display the button. This is the code. My usage. Okay, if I'm inside the button, how do I install a button? Okay, so that it can be available. Okay, these are the different types of button. Yes, on this page, primary. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, here is it. Okay, sorry about that. Let's copy this. npm, let's install a button. Okay, cancel, yes. Install a button. Okay, now let's look at our components folder. Okay, what will be there? Okay, suppose when we are done installing, there will be a folder UI here. Okay, which was not there. This is Shadcn button. Okay, and also what else? The drop down menu. Okay, let's go to Shadcn, look for drop down menu. Okay, this is the drop down menu. Look for how to install it. Copy this. npm, we're using npm, and then paste and then enter. Okay, now cannot find this and the corresponding type. Okay, Shadcn supposed to have installed Redux automatically. Okay, automatically Redux UI React icons. Okay, suppose, but it looks like for some reason, okay, maybe this is my ESLint or TypeScript, but it looks like for some reason these icons are not found. Okay, that's not a problem. Now let's see, am I correct when I'm saying these are just icons? Okay, these are not like, what can I say, important components. These are just icons. Okay, so we can use our own mind, okay, to solve this problem. Okay, because trying to understand why Shadcn didn't install Redux. Okay, it's a what can I say, it's a complicated route, because this is supposed to be there. It's something that comes as a default, but for some reason, maybe my Visual Studio Code, maybe my ESLint, maybe whatever plugin that I have, for some reason it doesn't see this. Okay, the first option, let's just do a refresh, because this is something that is supposed to be there. Okay, how are we going to do that? Let me close in this file and opening it. I don't think it will do that. Do we have any red thing? Okay, let me just close Visual Studio Code and open it. Okay, there is a shortcut, but I forgot about it now. Okay, where you can just in Visual Studio Code, I think you press Control what and type reload, and it will quickly refresh. Okay, now let's go to the layout. Okay, let's go to the layout. Oh, is this the layout? Are we on the Shadcn course? Yes. It's shared CB course. Even my name it's wrong here, but forget about that. Let's go to the layout. Am I on the right place? This is the layout. Or let me scroll up, up. Import Shadcn provider. It looks like I am lost in my own code. Where am I? I am inside my own Shadcn component, and that component it's a toggle button. Now I am back on track. I'm in my component. Yes, my component Shadcn. Yes, I'm here. We had a squiggly line here. Okay, which is after refreshing, it's still there. Okay, let me try to be clever. I am going to install these icons. I'm going to get these icons somewhere else. Okay, so let's just do this React icons. In fact, I think it's easy to install React icons, but okay, this is what we want to install, the React icons. Okay, let's just install React icons. I think even this at Redux thing, it was supposed to get this from React icons because you can see. Now let's start by quickly checking if isn't React icons is already there. And usually React icons has a forward slash. It looks like it's not there. Undo. Okay, let's go back here. Okay, let's install React icons. Okay, npmi npmi React icons. Okay, it's like now I'm installing a fresh copy of React icons. I'm not sure if according to Shadcn Redux was supposed to have React icons. I'm not really sure and I don't want to go there. I've just installed my new copy of React icons. I am going to import these icons directly from React icons. Let's try that. Okay, let's say React. As you can see now we have React icons. Okay, now we need to know, obviously we need to know where those icons are. Okay, instead of checking these, because obviously we don't know how Shadcn got these icons, what we can do, we can just search for our own selves here for a moon icon. Moon icon. This is a moon icon. Okay, that means we automatically copied this moon icon. It's under fi. Okay, so in fact this is how you use React icon. So I have copied the moon icon, and then let me check the sun icon, and the moon and the sun might not be under the same fi. Let me check the sun. Is there the sun here? Okay, so because we might find the sun under a different group, let's work on the moon. The moon, it's under fi. You just look for this fi here, and then on React you just say /fi, and that's it. Okay, as you can see we don't have the error there, and then we go back, we look for the sun. Maybe we might find the sun under a different, okay, think bi, so we might find the sun under bi. Okay, so copy and paste this. No, not this. Copy and paste. Where I am, theme toggle button. Yes, where is my React Moon? Here is it. Okay, React Moon. Now we want to click here to copy the sun. Okay, copy the sun. This problem, it's the first time to occur. This has never occurred to me. When I'm installing these, things just work smoothly. Okay, because these icons are supposed to be there. And okay, here we want bi. So these icons are Redux icons are supposed to be there, but for some reason they are not there, and I don't know why. Hence, if you are a developer and you don't experience errors, you are living in some sort of a magic world, or what can I say? You are blessed, because we always encounter errors. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to change this to our new moon, and we want to change the sun to our new sun. Okay, basically that's my own approach to solving the problem. Okay, now this is our template. Okay, now the name of this component, it's theme toggle component. Okay, let me check what else do we want to change here in this theme toggle component. Nothing, there's nothing that we want to change. Okay, I think we are done with this. Okay, now let's just see. Okay, let's just see. Remember, I have talked of what can I say, a dream inside a dream. Sorry, I don't want to be here. I have talked of a dream inside a dream. I have mentioned some sort of children's which are aware of a certain state. Okay, we said this layout is a grandparent, and the theme provider that we got from Shadcn, it's a parent. It must also have children because it wants to pass a state. Okay, so now let's explain that in terms of code. This button here, okay, it's responsible for changing that characteristic or that state. Okay, so let's see how it does that. Okay, the theme toggle button. Okay, so what it does first, it has got a set theme. Okay, use theme. Okay, do you see this is the connection? I'm not going to get into details into it, but I'm just giving you it conceptually. Okay, it has got this set theme hook, okay, which is from use theme. So this is a function, this is a hook, okay, that it uses. This hook connects it to that variable, that global variable. So these components need to be aware of this set theme function, okay, the one that sets the variable, the global variable. Okay, when we go down, as you can see, once you click on light mode, it sets the theme to light. Once you click on dark, it sets the theme to dark. Once you click on system, it sets the theme to system. Okay, so this use theme hook connects it to the provider. Okay, it connects it to this provider. Okay, so what else do we want? Let's use this component. Okay, let's copy the name of this component. Okay, let's copy the name of this component. Okay, here it's mode toggle. Okay, this is Shadcn. I don't like this name, so let me say theme toggle button. Okay, I think we can use that. Let me just copy and paste this. Okay, also I'm maintaining consistency between my file names and my function so that I know once I get here, I get exactly that. Once I see this in the code, I know this is the file. Okay, so this function now, it's theme toggle button. So let me save, let me copy this function, let me go to my layout, and then let me import it. And I'm going to put it, sorry, I must put it inside the navbar. Okay, okay, let's see the type of export. Okay, function is not a default export, meaning that when we are importing it, we need to put some brackets. Okay, okay, import it from okay, let me see if I can get a suggestion button. Okay, from component Shadcn, yes. Okay, this is the toggle button. Then let's go to our navbar. Here is our navbar. Okay, now let's put this toggle button there. Okay, it doesn't need to have two bracket. We can have a self-closing tag. Okay, as you can see, what I did in summary, I took I did what Shadcn is telling me to do, and I've explained the idea of a theme provider and what role it plays. And Shadcn provided us with I'm on the wrong tab. I want dark mode, not drop. Sorry for that, but we are almost done. Okay, where is that dark mode? Somewhere here on top. Am I on the right place? Documentation. Yes. Dark mode. Okay. Okay, so I did everything that Shadcn wanted me to do, and I've also explained to you in details the theme provider and what it does. And Shadcn gave us this code, okay, and I didn't use it as it is. I have modified it and changed something because Shadcn, it's all about building your own library, okay? So that means we are building our own library. So now let's display this, okay? Let's see if we did that. Let's save. Is our server running? Npm run dev. Let's continue. And then from then, let's see if we have the button first. Okay. See if we have the button first. Okay. Everything is running. Not here. This is not what we want. This is what we want. We are in this page. Refresh. Is the button there? This navbar is not supposed to be here. Okay. It looks like we have to be patient a little bit. As you can see, here is the button. Okay. That means we're getting there. I don't like the button here, but it doesn't matter for now. Okay. The only thing I can do, let me just add a padding. Okay. So that the button cannot be on the edge. Where is the navbar? Here is the navbar. Here is the color. Let me just say adding padding of 8. Okay. So that it cannot be. Okay, here is our button. Now let's click and see what will happen. Okay, okay, light mode, dark mode. Okay, it looks like nothing happened. Okay, obviously somebody might ask, Matthew, you've promised us that things will work, and now things don't work. Don't worry, let's continue. Okay. Now what we want, okay, we want to set some colors, okay. These are just blue and this is just white, okay. This is just blue, this is just white, okay, as you can see, okay. These are not colors that are linked to this state, okay. These are not colors that are linked to this state, okay. So what we want to do, we want to go to the navbar, okay, instead of just having this bg, this color, okay, let's set this color to be some sort of to indicate the dark mode, okay. Let me go back a little bit to explain a certain concept so that we cannot get lost, okay. Where we are here, we are on dark mode, okay. What does this mean? This means that Shadcn views things this way. Automatically your website is supposed to be on what? On light mode. Okay, so a dark mode, it's some sort of an extra feature. Okay, meaning that by default you are on light mode, and dark mode, it's an extra feature. Okay, let's take that and apply it into the code. Okay, usually we are supposed by default we are on light mode. Okay, now let's make sure that our default background for the header, it's white where on the light mode. And then what about the dark mode? Then we need to type here dark, okay, and then sorry, dark semicolon, and then we need to set the background, okay, what the background must be on dark mode. Okay, so on dark mode we want the background to be black, the background of what? Of the navbar. And we want the what can I say, we want the background to be white on a light mode. Okay, let's just add a text here, okay, a sample text, so that we can let's say a sample text that changes the color. Okay, where it is unknown, maybe it wants color like this. Okay, and then if we want also to set this color to change, we can say normally this text color is white, but what about on dark mode? And then we'll say dark, Then we say text. Normally it's black because the background is white. Sorry for that. Okay. I hope I'm not confusing you. Okay. Normally the text color is black because the default background is white. Okay, but on dark mode, then the text has to be white. Okay, in case you are getting this wrong, the functionality of the actual website will tell you if you've got something wrong. Guys, this is supposed to happen. Remember, I'm saying it's supposed to, based on all our theory and what I've explained. But if it doesn't work, that's not a problem. It's our duty as developers to find out why it's not working. And I would like to believe this is the most important skill you can have. You can follow the documentation. For some reason, things might not work. The best skill to have is to find out why. Okay, let's just go back here. Where is our website? Here is our website. Our website automatically is on dark mode. Okay, as you can see, our header, it's black automatically. Let's see. And also our text, it's white. This is a sample text that changes the color. Let's see on light mode. Okay, this is dark mode. Okay, oh, okay. So it looks like something is not happening. Okay, something is just not happening, and that's not a problem. We will have to check why. Okay, automatically, suppose when we click on light mode, this background changes to what? It changes to, when you click on light, it changes to white. When you click on dark, it changes to black. Okay, but as you can see, it doesn't change. But what I'm picking up, okay, what I'm picking up, automatically it's recognizing a dark mode. Why? First, as you can see, this background is dark automatically. First, it was white, remember? And also between white and black, okay, of the nav bar, the system automatically chooses black. That means it's a dark mode. Between this text, which can be white and black, the system automatically makes it white because it picks up the theme as a dark. Okay, so meaning that we've got the theming going on, but setting it or toggling it, it's a problem. Okay, usually, remember we've mentioned the provider. Okay, so it's the provider that some sort of offer that mechanism. Okay, let's quickly go back to the steps first to see if isn't there something that we have missed. Okay, for now, start by installing next theme. We did that. Create a theme provider. We did that. Okay, this is the theme provider. We did that. Okay, wrap your root layout. Wrap your root layout. Wrap your root layout. Let's see how they are wrapping the root layout. Okay, this is the provider. Okay, the HTML body is outside, the head is outside, the body is outside, and then obviously it start wrapping the children. Okay, I'm happy with that. And then add a mood toggle. Place a mood toggle in your site code to toggle between light and dark. Okay, and here is the code. Okay, that is it. It looks like we did everything that we were supposed to do here. The only thing that I want to check is these attributes. Okay, this attribute, this one. Okay, is the one that is responsible for some sort of telling this provider that we are using a class version of this whole theming thing. Okay, so we must make sure that it's there. The default is system. Okay, enable system, and then okay, now to test this, let's go to the provider. okay, and tell the provider the default theme is light, so that we can see, is our user interface going to respond. It's like we are going in the engine and we are setting things up so that we can see if is there going to be a change. Okay, we are here on layout. We have set the Shadcn provider, which is here is the Shadcn provider. We have set some attribute, and the default it's of the theme, it's system. Okay, not a problem, not a problem. As you can see, the first problem that I'm identifying is that, okay, is that the footer is outside the provider. Okay, outside the provider, so that means it doesn't get the state. Okay, that means it's not affected. This is the one of the problems. This is supposed to be some sort of insight here. Okay, because we also want it to receive the state. Okay, so that if things are changing, so that it can also change. Okay, that's the first thing that we have fixed and we have missed before. Okay, let's just make sure this is the body. This is the body. As you can see, the header, okay, um, the header, we did a big mistake. Okay, the header starts here, but the header doesn't close. And then after that, we add, oh, okay, now I see, sorry for that, guys. Okay, I thought this is a theme provider. Okay, the header starts here, okay, but the header, as you can see, it's outside the what? The parent, okay. The other mistake, we are supposed to take this, okay, inside, sorry, not here, because this tab closes here. Okay, we're supposed to take this inside here. Okay, remember I said the layout, it's a grandparent. The next parent after the grandparent is the provider, which act as a parent. It plays that parent roles. It means that it doesn't want some children outside it, because it needs to catch everything. Okay, go back. Let's just quickly see these changes, and if is there anything that has changed. If not, then we'll see. Okay, I hope by now you are starting to see that it is important to understand how things work. This is what you don't find in other videos. In other videos, we follow Shadcn as it is. If we find something is not working, obviously tough luck for us. You have to see what you're gonna do. Okay. Obviously, if you like this type of content, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. So let's go back to our code, which is not this one, which is this one. Okay, let's refresh. Okay, still there is no major change at this point in time, but I'm happy we are starting to see some mistakes that we did. Let's click on light. Boom, we have made it. Okay, boom, we have made it. Okay, we are able to switch between light and dark mode 100%. Okay, now we're on dark mode, and now we are on light mode. Okay, now let's just what can I say, as a bonus. Okay, remember, this is not where we were before. Okay, we were not here before. Before, we were on the landing page. Okay, remember, we copied a code from someone else. Okay, first of all, let's see, is this code that we have copied going to do what we want it to do? Okay, if it doesn't, how do you make it? Okay, obviously this one is not going to be some sort of a complicated thing. Okay, it's not going to take time. Okay, let's check dark. Okay, the background does change, okay, of which the background changes automatically, but I'm not sure if these words, even the text is changing also. As you can see, now it's white. Let's see on dark, sorry, on white. As you can see, it's gray, and so it looks like everything is changing. Okay, Looks like everything is changing. What if maybe the client come and say, on dark mode, I want this button to be yellow or green, let's say. Okay, on light mode, it's like this, but on dark mode, okay, I want it to be green. How were you going to do this? Remember, this is not this is the code that we have not written. Okay, let's quickly implement that, and then from then we close the video. Okay, so that means we have to go to this button. What I usually do, I just check this text here, download, and then I will go to my JSX, which is here is my JSX. I will click find, then I will just type download here. Okay, and then I will go to that download. Here is it. Okay, as you can see, the background of this button, it's BG. It doesn't have a corresponding dark background. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to say dark. Okay, green, and that is it, meaning that when the theme is dark, use a green color. Let's go back, refresh. As you can see, automatically it has picked up that this is supposed to be green. What if we change to light? Obviously, we get back to where we're supposed to be. Guys, I didn't find on the internet a video that is as intensive as this one that explains everything. Okay, so in this series, I am explaining everything. If you might want to follow the series, obviously this is not the first video. This is some sort of the seventh or the sixth video. Okay, this is where the series start, and I am Matthew Singati, the hybrid, the designer, and a developer. If you feel like this video has added value into your overall understanding of dark theme, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. See you on the next one.